Welcome to Research Business Daily Report, where market researchers come for news, insights, and commentary about the field they work in, and we provide them with knowledge and assorted other valuable pieces of information that impact them both personally and professionally, and that they can use both inside and outside their current place of work. On RBDR today, a study in Great Britain questions how those who are using influencer marketing seem to be ignoring measurement of their return on investment. And then why viewability is a bad online advertising metric. One expert, in fact, says it focuses on the wrong thing. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by Nuance, a decision analyst company offering multi-language verbatim coding services to their clients to help quantify the meaning of open-ended answers. Nuance President Lisa Hazen has taken the time to prepare a document called Tips for Choosing a Coding Partner. It is a best practices update on the subject. Now, you may not personally regularly rely on coding, and if that's the case, then you probably are not aware of the great improvement in recent years that has taken place in the coding field. However, anyone working in market research is surely going to need coding in their toolbox at some point. And so the link that we've created with Nuance will get you introduced or perhaps reacquainted with the subject. Check out Nuance's coding glossary, coding services, and much, much more at nuancecoding.com. Media Post London editor Shane Hargrave picked apart those that are spending lavishly on influencer marketing. He said, in spite of no apparent sign of understanding and measuring its real impact. Influencer platform Takumi, he said, has a study that claims 9% of marketers intend to spend 100,000 British pounds on so-called micro-influencers in the next 12 months. And 20% more say they're going to spend between 10,000 and 100,000 pounds with those same micro-influencers. And in fact, there's another 10% that say they're going to spend up to 10,000 pounds. Hargrave points out that micro-influencers have a decent following, but they're not famous enough to charge crazy sums per post, and so you have to wonder what kind of real influence they have. So he asked how these marketers are going to know what, if anything, they get for their spending. Well, he pointed out, they may just rely on likes. Could be an offhand obvious expectation, but how will paying micro-influencers to support your brand or your company or your product impact your bottom line? There's another study that paints an even worse picture of those who are using micro-influencers. A Rakuten marketing project showed 4 in 5 marketers admitting that they are not sure how influencers' final compensation could be worked out, but 3 in 4 of the same executives, despite not knowing how the system works, not knowing how they can determine value for their money, or not knowing how to measure its effectiveness, say they're going to pump more money into the influencer channel anyway in the next year. Short of any definitive answer coming from either study, Hargrave suggested, how about how much busier micro-influencing makes your e-commerce site, or how many more appointments or quotes are requested, or number 3, how much busier your warehouse is in shipping out product as possible metrics. It doesn't take much creative thinking, does it? Next, if you're in the online advertising space, how much emphasis do you put on viewability? On Media Daily News, Stephanie Snow, who is the VP of Ad Markets for Intermarkets, says that advertisers put way too much emphasis on viewability, and as a result, they are totally discounting where their focus should be, and that is on whether they are hitting the right audience. Snow says that many publishers dislike viewability as a metric because it negatively impacts their RPMs. Further, she said publications feel advertisers are too focused on the wrong KPIs. User engagement, for one, is a highly appropriate metric that people may talk about, but do little to track. Bad advertising practices, she pointed out, and I thought this was an important point, actually have created ad blocking. So she made some recommendations of her own. Monitoring the ratio of content to advertising, stressing quality over quantity. Fewer and more targeted ads, and finally, dynamically inserting ads into content where users can engage with them. That's your Research Business Daily Report. We've been sponsored today and are all this week by Nuance, a decision analyst company offering multi-language verbatim coding services that help quantify the meaning of open-ended answers. We hope you have a great research day and that you check out nuancecoding.com, and we will see you back here tomorrow.